Alrighty then. Day 3 of our adventures in Lucban. I'm sorry I had to kind of cut short day 2 as far as footage, only because this phone is having some issues with recharging fully, and I may be running out of storage space, so I'm going to have to delete some of my other footage. But I do have day 1 already locked in the barrel, so now I should be launching as soon as I find Wi-Fi that's able to upload everything without falling out for some reason. The Wi-Fi in this area is just, let's just say it's, primitive is not the word, it's slow. But anyway, we've just been invited by our good friends of ours who owns that chain of restaurants that I love, Buddies. And they've asked us to be ready because we're going to get picked up and most likely go to one of their newest establishments. And Nova Velus, who is the wife of Zaldi Velus, the founder of the restaurant, they co-work together, so it's kind of a family unit. In fact, it's just a family business. There's no stockholders, there's no board. It's just the Velus family. They own everything, and they're very kind and generous, and very, very well-to-do. But they've been kind enough to invite us over for lunch, and like I said, I think it's one of the newest restaurants in a town that's maybe 45 minutes away. So I look forward to that because their food is fan-freaking-tastic, and every time I get a little on the tipsy side and I meet up with Aldi, I always beg him to build one of those things over in the States, but not gonna happen. He wants to keep it all in the Philippines. I don't blame him. That's where the money's at. You know, the States, it's all about taking more money than you bring in. So, anywho, I gotta get ready because it's me, the wife, my mother-in-law, my brothers-in-law and sister-in-laws. We all gotta share the same bathroom. Right now it's about 7:30 a.m. We've got to be ready to go by 12:30 p.m. We're being picked up and taken over to the restaurant. You can't beat that. So, with that said, again, I apologize for not having any more footage for day 2. I'll probably just make that a very quick video, and then this one will be even better. So, I'll talk at you later. Okay, quick recap of what happened yesterday. Due to lack of footage, like I said earlier about the phone. We spent half the day going to a place called S&R, which is sort of an equivalent of Costco, where we were looking for a whole bunch of food stuff and house stuff to bring back to Mom's house. And apparently we were doing a run for our sister, Hasman, who's busy with her husband because he's about to get back on ship. He's a merchant marine, and he's been on shore for quite a while. It's time for him to go back and make money again. Anyway, the trip took about 3 hours just to get to this place somewhere near Manila, and we spent some time picking up this, that, and the other thing. It wound up costing approximately $700 worth of stuff, and it didn't appear like it was worth $700. Then we had to load back up and then make our way back to Lucban before Buddy's restaurant closes, a place that makes heavenly food. I don't know how he did it, but brother Victor managed to squeeze us back home before Buddy's closed. And we got there just in the nick of time. We had their incredible pancit. We also ordered some crispy pata from another establishment. From Buddies, we had pancit, pizza, and somebody made some homemade sinigang. It was great. And then we let fly the candies for the kids, and then the drinking commenced. You know, although it was rather light. Started off with wine. Got the drink with my nephews again, who are all approaching adulthood. And then we said, you know what, the wine's good, but let's open up a bottle of whiskey. And both me, a few select brother-in-laws, and then some of the nephews got together, and we started doing what's known as tagay, which is a shot glass shared amongst all the participants who want to drink. And you also take in a few treats just to maintain some stability. And that lasted a couple hours until finally everybody got tired. And it was a good time had by all. So got to see my other brothers who I hadn't seen. One who had a health issue earlier this year, but he seems to be doing fine. He's got to make some abrupt changes in his life, which means certain foods are no longer good. Drinking's almost out of the question, but it's good for him. So anyway, we're getting ready right now for a road trip to our friend's restaurant. Again, the Buddies friends. I think this is a new establishment, and I'm going to vlog that separately for my Good Eats channel. So I will see you as we make our road trip to the Velus establishment known as Buddies. The most recent one opened up. I forget what city, but when we get there, I'll figure it out. Well, while we're still waiting for our ride to our invited lunch date. I thought I'd take this time to let everybody know our intent for tomorrow and a few days out. Apparently we've been told that we are not checking into the hotel on Friday as we thought. We're checking in actually tomorrow. And I guess we're staying there until Monday. So it'd be nice to have some workable AC in theory and a workable shower in theory at a hotel that's been here almost as long as the town has, which is right across from the municipal building where the heads of state, as it were, for this town hang out. Also, if all goes well, we might be able to reserve seats for our cousin's resort in that airplane restaurant. They actually got an airplane and planted in the middle of their real estate where everything else is. It's a beautiful area. Food is great as always. I can't speak enough about food here. But we'll be in a gutted plane converted into a restaurant, and they actually assign you boarding passes instead of just setting up regular reservations, and you literally board the plane as if you were ready to take off somewhere. But I'll show you all that. I'm sure there's been tons of vlogs about that particular restaurant, but it'll be my take on how things work out. And of course, then there is the Holy Week processions that'll be happening over the weekend. So I'll be, as suggested by my brother-in-law, taking a look at how things are set up prior to the processions, and then watching the processions go by from our hotel room. So that should be interesting. And hopefully there'll be no more technical glitches, but this is the Philippines, so we'll see how that works. Right now I'm still trying to upload a short but sweet video for day 2, and it is taking forever, and it's only a few minutes long. So I'm amazed the last one that was 60 minutes long and 2 gigs of data I actually posted to YouTube sometime last night or maybe early this morning. But it works fine, so please check it out. Thumbs up, everybody, if you like the video. And then, well, we'll see how this works out. Again, I'm going to vlog the meal itself separately today, as well as all other meals that we enjoy while we're out, just to show you what the ambiance is, as well as the food that they offer. So until then, and within the next 30 minutes or so, we'll be on the road again with good friends who happen to be well-to-do. See you then. Here we are. We're on our way off.
Kami nagsisiksikan din
With a
sa
friend
amin.
of the family. He's driving today. His name's Augusto. Where are we going?
Saan nga ba tayo pupunta?
Katato siya ko. Para...
Uy, sino kasama?
At kami. Kami lahat.
That means I don't know.
Hindi, may kumakaliko din.
Maling hirap magbigyan ng laki ng sasakyan. Kahapon ay kami galing SNR. Yung aking yan ang hirap ay. Sus Marios.
Nasa loob mo rin tricycle. Ano mo, one way.
Kakaya naman ang aabala.
Well, actually in the Valus's home, and I was just advised by one of his sisters that we're heading to a very interesting culinary experience at a farm. If it is what I think it is, we may have been there last year with JV's dad. I could be wrong, but we'll see. At any rate, I look forward to the meal, and it's going to be interesting.
Kasi naman si Brian, hindi ba siya close sa mga...
talaga sa inyo?
Alam mo naman si Tetsi magkaaway sila. May naninira daw ng karatula.
Hindi ito. Itong
Ari.
pinupuntahan. Dapat pati magpuputol dito ng ng coconut
puno.
tree. Ayun, nagkanatagal na. Para para maginawa ang pasok.
Uy, sino may-ari nito?
Ay, yung aming katapat. Sa bahay.
Baling dami na mayayaman dun sa atin. Maigi na lang at awa ng Diyos ay kayo baling na. Daming natutulungan. Oh my God.
Ayan pala.
Yun.
Bo, talaga naman si Lito yung nagpadala pa.
Well, that was a very interesting culinary experience here in the great outdoors. A local venue that's on its, I guess, in its first phase of opening. Basically, by what I mean by they is the chef here has basically bought a property that's just outside the outskirts of Lucban. I guess we're still in Lucban more or less, but at any rate, he's built himself a farm, so everything he cooks, minus perhaps the meat, is actually grown here and, you know, plucked out of the ground fresh. He mentioned that at times when he's catering small groups, he'll have them pluck the food that they want to eat themselves, and he'll cook it in front of them. A very interesting chap. Apparently he's well known in Metro Manila and other parts of the world. He had a few opportunities where he could just cook for a select few folks and live a very decent life, but chose to follow his passions and create his own unique experience, as he put it. It's almost an interactive experience, really, when you include the fact you can pick your own stuff to eat. It's quite delicious. I had a dish called sisig, which is normally a meat dish that involves liver, which I'm not a big fan of again. But this time he himself cultivated some mushrooms, somehow made that to replicate a meat by crisping them up, as he put it. And if he hadn't told me it was mushrooms, I wouldn't have known. I would have thought it was beef or something like that. Then you had your standard fare of tilapia with a very special sauce, which is good. Of course, the tossed salad goes without saying. It's all fresh. And I liked it. Very nice place. Very nice gentleman. We had a very nice conversation together. And I think he's going to go places if he keeps up his passion. You know, he's dealing with folks who have already made it, so I think he's on the right path. I look forward to coming back here when things become even better. Well, we enjoyed a very good, lunch with the Veluzes, but not at their restaurant as he earlier presumed. It was actually, I guess, a friend's restaurant that he's starting up in the middle of nowhere, literally. It's a farm/restaurant, which he hopes to actually make into a resort for, as he put it, that natural experience. He also mentioned, when I talked to him briefly offline, that he was trying to make it more a cultural experience by having people pick their food, because everything he made, except for the meat, was grown in the farm. So it was interesting. It was unique. We're all full, and then we went to the Veluzes for what was supposed to be just dessert. We wound up eating some more of the buddy's pancit. Oh my
Yummy.
God, can't get enough of that. That's why we travel all the way over here. And guess what we're just coming upon? This is what started it all right here. Buddies. And this is the heart of the town, known as Lucban, where my wife grew up, until she made her way to Paris, in France. And there's one of her friends now. Still hanging out in the heart of the city. There's the namesake for this town. Hey, what's his name?
Jose Rizal.
Say that louder.
Jose Rizal.
What she said. He's one of the founding fathers, I suppose, of this place. And here is the newly painted municipality building, where the mayor and all the other politicians hang out. And this is election year, so hopefully we'll get a new mayor. And then later on this weekend, we'll be staying right in this room here, in the infamous Patio Rizal. We'll be hanging out here for about 2 to 3 days.